What did you say? 3. Music, movies, and TV. Please answer. How are you today? It's good to talk to you again. You look marvelous. Did you spend a lot of time getting dressed today? It looks like you're ready to go out on a date. Do you plan to go out to see a movie? Do you enjoy going out to the movies? Who did you go out to see a movie with last? What was the name of the movie? Where did you see it? What kind of movie was it? Who starred in it? Was it worth seeing it? Would you see it again? Do your friends like seeing the same kind of movies you see? How much do you usually pay to see a movie? Don't you think that's expensive? Do people sitting around you ever talk while watching the movie? Don't you hate when you hear people talking during the movie? If you heard people talking, would you ask them to be quiet? What would you do if they didn't stop talking? What actor or actress in the last movie you saw did you like the most? Are they your favorite movie star? Do you ever see them on TV, or do they mostly just come out in the movies? What is the best movie that you saw them in? How many times have you seen that movie? Did it make you laugh or cry? I'm very emotional and some movies make me cry. Do you ever cry while watching a movie? Can you tell me the last movie that made you cry? Did you have to wipe the tears off your face? Would you feel embarrassed if people saw you crying? What was the last movie you saw with subtitles? Where was it made? Would you have been able to understand that movie without subtitles? Do you find subtitles annoying? My favorite foreign movies are tragic love stories made in China. Have you ever seen one? If I asked you to see one of those Chinese movies, would you go with me? Do you enjoy seeing those martial arts movies? Does the fighting look real or fake? Where do they make most of those movies? In the U.S., we have great wrestling. Have you ever seen some of the wrestling programs? Can you name the most famous wrestler that is around these days? Is wrestling something you would be interested in going to see? I don't know how they don't hurt each other. How do they do it? Did you ever see them jump off the ropes and fall on the other guys? Do you yell and scream when you see that? What do you think of women wrestlers? Would the women wrestlers be able to beat you? If I told you I wrestled in high school, would you be surprised? Would you like to see some of the pictures? I weighed a lot less then. Have you ever tried wrestling? Do you weigh more now than when you were in high school? What do you think of those exercise programs on TV? Do you ever see fat people exercising on them? Have you ever tried exercising while watching them? If you could meet any movie star, who would it be? What would you want to ask them? How come they are so popular? If you had a camera, would you ask them to take a picture with you? Do you have any pictures of famous people like that? Many movie stars seem to get remarried and divorced a lot. Can you think of anyone in the news recently? Where can I read a lot about that? Do actors and actresses seem to have more problems than regular people? Do you wish you were an actor? Would you be good? I think you would be great at it. What type of movie would you be good in? What movie are you thinking of seeing next? Do you know anyone that has already seen it? Is it supposed to be really good? Are you going to see it alone or with someone else? Do you ever read movie reviews before seeing a movie? Do those reviews seem to be right most of the time? Do you like to know a lot about a movie before seeing it? If you knew the end of the movie, would you still go to see it? Do some movie theaters give discounts so that you can see the movies cheaper? What time of the day do you have to go to get the discount? Do you take advantage of those cheaper tickets? Do you mostly go to see movies in the evening? I bet you generally go to see the movies on the weekends. Am I right? Is that when you have the most time to see them? Did you ever manage to see a movie the first day it came out? Do there tend to be a lot of people there on the first day it comes out? Did you ever have to wait in a long line so that you could see a movie? Are there a lot of good movies out there to see now? What type of movies do you refuse to see? Do you really think they are a waste of money to see? Why is it that you don't feel like seeing movies like that? What is the scariest movie you ever saw? Did you jump or scream at all while watching it? Do you have difficulty sleeping at night after seeing a scary movie? Have you ever walked out of a movie because it was so bad? Did you ask for a refund? In the U.S., we have Hollywood. Where do they make movies the most where you come from? Did you ever get to go there? Where would be a good place to make a movie? What makes it so good? Do you ever buy a DVD of a movie that you have already seen? Have you ever given one of those as a gift? Where is the best place to go and buy one? How much do they usually cost? What is the last movie that you saw that was a waste of money? After you saw it, did you tell your friends not to go and see it? Where is the best place to go and rent movies? How much do they charge to rent it? How long are you able to keep it before you have to return it? What happens if you return it late? Did you ever have to pay late charges? Do you go out to see movies most of the time before they come out on DVD? Some movies have great music. Do any movies like that come to your mind? Which one is your favorite? What was the music like? Who sang some of the songs? If I feel down, I love to go and see a funny movie. Have you seen any lately? Did it make you laugh a lot? Do you plan to see it again? Who starred in it? Did you see that person on the TV before they got into the movies? What TV program did you used to see them on? Do they still come out on TV, or are they mainly in the movies? What comedian from your country do you think I would like? Even though I don't know your language, would I laugh if I saw that comedian? Do you know any good women comedians? What is her name? Do there seem to be more men than women comedians? Do people usually think that you are funny? What movie or TV star do you love to hate? What is it that you don't like about them? Would you go to see a movie if they came out in it? Do you know any TV or movie stars that are good singers too? What type of music do they sing? Have you ever bought any of their music? Are you able to sing well? I'm thinking of going to a place tonight that has karaoke. Would you be interested in going? How many times have you done karaoke? Do you end up laughing a lot when you go to places with karaoke? Do a lot of people get drunk before they're able to get up and sing? Can you remember words to a lot of songs? I have to have a few drinks before I can get up to sing. What about you? Are you self-conscious when you sing? Do you sing more in the shower than you do in public? What type of music do you listen to the most these days? Do you consider it rock music? Do your parents like the music you listen to? If they heard the music you like in the car, would they change the channel? Are you a good dancer? Do you consider yourself a better dancer than most of your friends? Are there places that you can go to learn how to dance? Do you need to take lessons? What type of music do you enjoy dancing to? Would you rather have a good slow dance or a fast dance? Where is the last place you went out dancing? How long did you spend dancing? Did you have a great time? Did you dance with a lot of different people? Are you too shy to ask people to dance with you? If they dance better than you, do you feel funny? Do you close your eyes while dancing? My brother Jerry is a terrible dancer. We laugh so hard whenever we see him dance. Do you know anyone like that? Would people laugh if they saw you dancing? Do people seem to dance better after they have had a few drinks? If you saw your parents dancing, how would you feel? Have you ever danced with either of them? If you saw your mother dancing with another man, how would you feel? Do you know any traditional folk dances of the country you come from? Did your parents try to make you learn them when you were younger? Do you know how to play any musical instrument? Did you ever take lessons? How much do you think it costs an hour to take lessons? Would the violin be a difficult instrument to learn? Sometimes at night when I'm dreaming, I dream I am playing a guitar in a rock group. Do you ever have those types of dreams? If you could go on tour with any musical group, who would you choose? Why did you choose them? Concerts are a lot of fun to go to. Have you ever been to one? How long has it been since you last went to a concert? Who did you see? Did the tickets cost a lot to buy? Were there a lot of people older than you at that concert? Are there a lot of concerts that come out on TV? If you had the chance to see anyone in concert, who would it be? I really don't appreciate classical music. Classical music is like rap music for old people. Is it something you enjoy? Would you prefer going to a rock concert or an opera? What musical group from your country would most Americans like? Do they dance around a lot while they sing? Have you seen them in concert? How much time do you spend watching music videos every day? Do you sing along while you're watching? There are a lot of game shows on TV. Which one is your favorite? Who is the game show host? Are you good at that game? Do you think you could win if you were on that game show? I love watching shows about animals. My wife, Serena, hates them. Are you interested in seeing them? Don't you find animals fascinating? Do you wish you could hunt wild animals? What animal are you most afraid of? Do you have any animals in your house? Is it good for kids to grow up with pets? Did you ever have one? Kids' programs are popular. Do you remember the ones you watched when you were a kid? Is it still on TV? What do they do on the program? If cartoons came on the TV, would you sit down to watch them? What cartoon character is your favorite? How come you like it the most? Do you go to bed at night listening to the radio? What radio station do you generally listen to? Do you listen to it in the car a lot? Do you like any of the talk or news stations that are on the radio? While listening to the radio in the car, do you have the tendency to change the channels a lot? Does it drive the other people driving with you crazy? If you were driving in the car with your parents, who would take control of the radio? Do you ever download music? Do you have trouble finding sites which allow you to do it? Do you pay for it or do you pirate it? Do you think it is okay if you don't pay? Do singers get any money off of songs that are downloaded? Do you listen to music more than watch TV? Have you ever downloaded a movie? How often do you do it? Do you download them so you can watch them later? Which movie did you last download? About how many times have you seen it? Have you seen any of those cooking shows on TV? Who seems to do the best job cooking? Don't you wish you could cook like that? What type of things would you be interested in learning to cook? My wife knows how to make sushi. Is that something you like eating? What TV program do you look forward to watching every week? What day of the week does it come on? What time does it come on? What is it about? Why is it that you like it so much? Did you manage to see it last week? Where do you usually wind up watching it? Who do you generally see it with? Have you watched it ever since it first came out? Do you watch TV programs in English so that you can learn English? What percent of programs in English are you able to understand? Does it seem like people talk too fast? There are tons of talk shows on American TV. Do you ever try to watch them? Which one is your favorite? If you got the chance to go on a talk show, what would you want to talk about? Would you be embarrassed to talk about it? Would you tell them a lot of your secrets? If you had problems, would you go on a national TV show to talk about them? What do you think about people who talk about their problems on TV? Isn't it a bit strange? Well, I have to leave now. I hope we get to talk again later. Thanks.